Welcome, sisters and brothers in arms. We honor those who follow the old, nearly forgotten code of honor. Our metal we wear proudly, like the scars we earn to keep our magnificent sovereignty. Our reverence to each other is only matched by our incorruptible allegiance to our morality and ideals. Warrior kings and queens sit blooded in thrones of shattered bones. Lives are but fragile drops of rain. We all fall down vehemently, yet we remain inevitable. For truth to victory, for honor infinitely, we uphold the code and embody it with a quality example. We are mighty. We are unwavering. We are inexorable.
We're back.
Hey, Joe. How's it going? I think I loaded the wrong opener, but that's okay. It's got a bunch of your beautiful artwork in it. Yep. It's been a while. I'm a little bit out of practice on this whole thing. I've taken a break, took a hiatus from streaming, and as well from the artwork and the whole thing. Just took some time for myself, which it was fantastic. I feel recharged. I feel like a new man. What does it say? You are D-bag. Oh, great. Yeah. So I have a fan in the chat, and we got a bunch of stuff. They replied to their own comment. Thank you for coming and watching today. Well, I didn't. And so we're going to be doing this stream today. Apparently, Timcast and the quartering were swatted recently. Timcast has been swatted throughout the year, and he's been quite vocal about it. He's made a lot of money off of it. Surprisingly enough, people are interested in this phenomena where people are calling law enforcement in to interrupt streams of interest. Something I noticed about both of these casters is that they both have 1 million subscribers. So we've got. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up here. I've got their. Let's see. We've got the quartering here. He's at 1.23 million. And we've got blah blah blah. Tim Pool. Here we go. Let's go to Tim Pool. Quartering, Timcast. All right, just bear with me. We're gonna get there. Yeah, here we go. 1.3 million. And so, so around 1 million subscribers, I guess you can expect to be potentially murdered in your home in cold blood by cowards who use law enforcement to interrupt these political streams. Now, I'm not really a political kind of guy. I'm more of a creative type and don't really get involved with the political things online. I have my own political views, but I don't voice them because it's just not really my thing. To get into big political arguments online, I might make a statement here and there. So this isn't a political stream, but I wanted to bring you in, Joe, in particular, because you're my friend. I value your opinions, and coincidentally, in addition to being a wonderfully talented artist who has a project live now on Kickstarter, and the amount of work that you've done, you're also active law enforcement, and so maybe this hits home for you a little bit where you can relate because it's your occupation. You know what I mean?
It is definitely interesting. It's like you gotta wonder, these people are setting this dangerous situation, but they're also amplifying the person they're doing it to. So.
Well, yeah, I noticed that too. I saw the post this morning on Timcast where he posted. He had a friend that talked about it. They had like 3 hours of footage while the police went through his studio and it was left up live. They were just escorted out. They just walked out. It was just left as is, empty room. They're going through it all. And I guess it had some crazy amount of views, and he made thousands of dollars off of it because people were watching to see the aftermath and conclusion of it. And so, you know, essentially what they were talking about is that they made Tim stronger by doing this. You know, that doesn't mean that this is something that is going to help your career. I think it's just like this, you know, I don't want to encourage people to go and SWAT other people to boost their viewings, or obviously that would be crazy. You know what I mean? Because it's very dangerous. You know, the reality, you see this situation where he came out on top and he made a bunch of money, he survived it, everybody was safe. You know what I mean? But that doesn't always happen. I mean, do you have some insight where you work in law enforcement? You worked in, you're also a veteran, like about going into a situation like that, how seriously you have to take a call like that, and how prepared you are to pull the trigger if you go through that door?
I just find it astonishing. I don't know what kind of details they're giving to people, but every call that comes out, and someone on the street has to react, pretty much get the description, kind of go through certain processes to get some like actual SWAT to go to someone's house to enact a warrant or do something like that. Just an astounding amount of work before even the event for the police to get everything organized, and they have to go through safety checklists. They have to go through like what kind of reaction they should have, and then going to actually do it. Like it's quite impressive. But yeah, again, like sending men with guns into their house, especially if you hate guns in general, like that just quite interesting.
It's not a game, obviously. Like when you guys go and respond to a call and you're told that there could be potentially a firearm, there might be somebody who's been murdered or down, you know, obviously it's your job to take that very seriously. So when these professionals are coming through the door, essentially they're coming through ready for war, and you're turning them loose on a podcaster who's not ready to defend themselves. They're there talking whatever political views they have. You know, we've been lucky that people have not been injured or killed in these, and I think in these situations, and I think that now with the internet and being more aware of these things, I think law enforcement might be a little more aware that if they're going to a podcast studio or they're going somewhere that somebody that's a person of interest in entertainment or even on streaming, you know, hopefully they'd be a little bit more aware, or maybe.
But I mean, general person on the street doesn't really know you from anyone else.
Well, right. These people aren't going to know who the quartering or Timcast is. It's just people who are interested in that kind of thing. So, so there's always that potential, you know, potentially dangerous situation where someone's shot because they're doing a cast and they become popular. Is essentially what their crime against humanity is. And so, you know, that's it's scary that we've gotten to that point with the explosion of the internet. You know, people look to capitalize and make a name for themselves as a broadcaster, as a reporter, essentially on current events and or political views or whatever it is that you're interested. For us, comic books. Yeah, I appreciate you coming by drawing today too, Joe. Love your artwork.
Thank
you. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, that I hope you liked the trailer, because that was pretty much about, that was like 99% Joe Arnold.
Recognize some of it,
yeah. So yeah, I appreciate all of that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a big fan of your artwork. But yeah, I mean, whatever it is that they're doing, this is essentially put them in the line of fire, made them a target. And so yeah, I mean, it's a scary thing, not for me, you know what I mean, personally, but just thinking that that in this world that you've got people out there that are cowards that would do this kind of thing. I think it's cowardly.
Rules, but they already decry, like they don't support officers, they don't support the rule of law or people trying to build a better world. Like I have to say, like, it's hard to see them as full adults if they're just striving so much to have whatever tools they can use in order to hurt others, or at least to bolster themselves as well. So it's, I don't get it.
I mean, what kind of mental illness would you have to have that you would disagree with somebody's statement so much so that you would want them killed or injured, want their family injured?
I can't even see it as just mental illness. I mean, people just get so amped up and so like die hard in their camp about stuff that it's just
caught up and lose touch of reality as well. You know, I wanted to do this cast and talk with you and put a little bit of put a realistic spin on it, so that maybe someone who sees it, chances are, if anybody watches it and sees this, or even hears about what we're talking about today, realizes that, maybe detach a little bit if you feel yourself start to slip down that road, because fucking A, man, you get to a point where you want somebody dead because you disagree with their political views. I think that you've lost touch with reality at that point.
There's too much going on, and everybody can get angry. That is part of our nature. We're all creatures.
Yeah, I mean, it's YouTube content. If you don't agree with them, don't watch it. You can't hate their subscriber count so bad that you want them dead. That doesn't make any sense, or even destroyed, or even to stop doing what they're doing. I mean,
tearing others down instead of building yourself up. Like, yeah, you can tear someone down, and it doesn't matter what industry or what specialization. Like, just because someone else gets moved out of the way, or gets canceled, or gets out of your way, doesn't mean that everyone's going to jump on you and think that you're the right thing. But that's the mentality people go in with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we've got the original statements here. I'd like to take a peek at those real quick and just kind of read those off. Let's see. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so we've got Jeremy's public statement here on social media. Dear neighbors, LOL. No, I didn't murder my wife. Some clown on the internet said I said, and fucking SWAT deployed to my house and had us both in cuffs. Why they did that after my fucking wife answered the phone in the first place seems really odd. I support the police, but this was fucked. No, I don't want to talk about it or text about it or let it take up one more second of my time, with a smile. And so I think he took that as well as anybody could, I suppose, considering they were in danger and him and his wife were arrested.
Well, I mean, if you're pulling up on something and so most states have a mandatory arrest for a domestic violence situation, and then for crimes against people, things could just be escalated. So if you're calling in and someone's saying, yeah, I'm the wife, I'm fine, I mean, you still have to go there and do that. You still have to go and physically verify everybody is doing all right. So, I mean,
for me, it put it into perspective reading this, because they arrested his wife for murdering herself. So it just gives you it puts it into perspective when people are responding as law enforcement professionals.
Let me just interject. So detaining someone versus arresting, like, just because you're in cuffs doesn't mean you're arrested. So
that's a good point.
That is a misnomer, but I get what they're saying. They were detained while the police were doing their investigation. So yes, that in cuffs doesn't mean you are arrested. Arrested is being fully processed and going through everything.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I needed you here because I wanted to have an expert on hand. I do that generally when I do my lives anyway. If I'm talking about something, a subject, I try to bring somebody in who's learned on the subject. And so I'm glad you're able to straighten me out there, because I don't know. So she was detained for her own.
They don't. So go. Sorry.
Yeah, most people don't. I mean, yeah, for sure. She was detained for her own murder. So for me, it put it into perspective, the fact that that she wasn't. You think about people who are working in law enforcement. They're going on the scene and experiencing it. from the outside. So, they don't know the details. They don't even necessarily know who's in the house, and can't always perfectly identify everybody when they first come in. They just know there's a dangerous situation that they're responding to. So, so that's the danger that these people know they're putting people into when they make these SWAT calls. Quite a few years back, it happened to Peter Smetty of Alternate Comics, and he was on my radar when I first started because he did the newsprint campaign, and I backed that. That was years ago, and he's still doing that today and distributing it. But people targeted him as well because of competition, and not even in politics, just competition in publishing. Perhaps his political views or his social views on current events that were happening in the industry might have led to that some, but at any rate, there has been this ongoing trend of people who become a public interest individual are being targeted, and then someone gets so upset that they get to the point where they try to use law enforcement to end their life or injure them or even scare them from releasing content, whatever that content is, whether it's published books or it's political YouTube content. And so we got the public. We want to go back. Let's do this one right here. Tim cast swatted again, but Tim makes bank off of it. This was just a clip of the YouTube announcement that happened, 9 hours ago. That was posted on his channel. So, I mean, it's in a way for his fans, it's good to hear that he made money off of it. I don't know if this is going to fuel whoever has been constantly swatting him. I mean, it's happened like 10 fucking times. It's happened in the last year, he said. So this has been an ongoing thing that he has to be aware that at any time SWAT team could come in and hopefully they would be getting wise to it. But
he's just his house that it's happening, or is it other locations, or what?
Same home, where his studio, where they're podcasting. Someone's calling in. Just constantly going to his studio and taking everybody out and searching the room.
What stage is he living in?
I don't know.
Or like what? I mean,
I don't know. I don't watch that shit.
No, you're good. You're good. I've been referred a lot of videos, and I'm like, all right. I'm sure he's not. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like our agencies all around our location, they communicate, and then we have more than 2 or 3 calls of a similar nature like that. It's just wild that they wouldn't catch on and kind of put some notes in the call or something like.
Well, you would think that they would start to get wise to it. Okay, the guy's not murdering anybody. Yeah. He's not. This is the 10th time you've been here on a false report. I mean, at this point, they're just going through the motions because they have to. It's their job. That's why people do it, because regardless of suspicion or anything, they still have to show up and take every call seriously. So, I mean, it's cowardly. It's cowardly. So
you get calls of like teenagers possibly hurting themselves and things like that, and I mean, we'll go and check, and that's something we need to see if someone is suicidal or whatever we can do. But like if it's 3 calls a night to the same location saying the same thing, when you go there 2 or 3 times and everyone's asleep and you're waking everybody up, and it's harassment. But like after a while, we have to put something in place to prevent that from happening. And I'm not saying Tim's in on it or anything either, but like how many times would the same officer, or at least the same crew or the same zone, be aware of something and then be like, hey, maybe let's talk about this, let's find another solution. Because that's always like, if there's an ongoing problem, I don't know if it's just more the current thing with police officers or agencies in general, but a lot of times we have community outreach, we have specific sectors in either an investigation department, detectives, or like a neighborhood kind of liaison that will be like, okay, this seems to be a constant problem, let's try to figure this out. And so people get assigned to it, and then I mean, things are changing, things are getting better all the time everywhere. So I mean, if you read the work of Steven Pinker or like that. Just statistically, the world is becoming a more safe place. But there are more resources to do dumb things like this. So I feel the departments are partially needing to figure something out here as well. Or any unique solutions. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, this is no fault of law enforcement in any way. I'm sure they're doing what they can to make sure they're not wasting their time on these calls, but it's just what it is. I mean, it's just the nature of the business. You can do that, but you know, when somebody calls, ultimately somebody has to show up. I don't think that they, you know, somebody at least, even if they're weary that it's a fake call again. But you know, there's secondary. You know, I wanted to talk a little bit too about the secondary to all of this. You know, speaking about when this happened to Peter Smitty years ago, people tried to use it to destroy him and call him out as some kind of that he fault swatted himself or something, which was a bunch of bullshit. You know, and then I was defending him online with a friend of mine. We were talking and defending his position because I know that Peter wasn't full of shit on this. I talked to him before it had really been prominent in the comic book industry. Talked to him and offered help in going to shows and things like that, where someone obviously made this call to make an attempt on his life for him to be hurt or killed. And so, you know, here's Jesse Hansen and I talking online. We were replying. This was 2 years later on Facebook the other day after that fight online that we had with people who were accusing Peter of falsely swatting himself for views or whatever it is. And, you know, it ended up turning into a whole thing. Some people who are local to me got involved with it, got involved to the point where they had me for my views on the subject, had me banned from local conventions. And so there were a bunch of punks that were taking this other side. And so, and then this is a guy that was a friend of mine. This is his reply to our conversation, where he feels that I was disengaged from because I was being super toxic. He used this toxic word because I was defending a friend of mine who I knew was in the right, not combative towards everyone. You know, essentially in my side of the argument, I just wanted people to take it seriously that what exactly they were accusing and what this person had to go through, him and his girlfriend, when they were swatted. Try to bring some kind of realistic, some sense to the whole thing. But, you know, I was targeted. I was banned from local shows. And here I am being warned that if I don't change my behavior, that people aren't going to react better towards me, that I'm being shunned for being correct. And, you know, it was later, the police reports were later posted by him after weeks of people all over him on social media. He posted the police report, the official police report and everything, and just told everybody to shut the fuck up. He was trying to keep it private, but he ended up doing that so that he could refute this claim that he made a false swatting. Who knows? People in the thread in question could have been involved in it. You know, who knows? We don't know. Anybody who's interested enough to destroy somebody's career or destroy their life because of their career or their influence, you know, it's definitely to be taken seriously. But yeah. So that was my experience with it, and then I see this again. You know, these personalities. What's that?
Arguing sometimes like playing chess with a pigeon.
Yeah, it's something else. I mean, it's just something that's, I guess this is a part of internet society now that.
No. There's a quote about arguing with some people who are so fixed in their ways can be like playing chess with a pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walk over the board, knock over all the pieces, and shit everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty much what the thread was like. It was, and there were a bunch of sock puppet accounts too. People, I think that being said, and everything that we've spoken about now, it's a lack of courage where people are using law enforcement to attack people who they disagree with. And in addition, they're going on social media and supporting it, or other people are supporting it with fake accounts, afraid to stand by their own words. And I've never been that. I'm transparent. Everything that I say, I can stand behind and I can defend it under scrutiny, but it doesn't fall apart under when you look at it. You know what I mean? I can explain myself very easily on everything I say. I sleep good at night because of that. So, so that's my take on it. A lot of these people aren't like that. Their arguments fall apart, and nobody has to be held accountable. You can make a fake account and hide behind it. So
no repercussions.
Nobody has to take responsibility for anything they say, right or wrong, online.
Yeah.
They find ways to get around it. So, oh, nice. Oh yeah, you drew. Is that the old image that you drew for the bios
Yeah.
for Hayvard Saint 8? Oh, there. Nice, dude. Yeah, those all came out really good. I still have all those. All those bios are finished. We're gonna put those in the campaign. Hey, you gonna draw my book or what?
Thinking about it.
We'll just bring you back in. You did all the concept work for it. You should just draw the book.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you wanted to talk about your situation and how these are passing really.
Your artwork's gotten better too. I noticed since we first met. Even, I mean, I've always liked your style. It's very unique, but your inking too has gotten better. I noticed that with the work that you did for Mike too, for Mike Baron. And
I didn't make that actually. That was Jeff Stevens, who lives nearby. He's really awesome. And you know what? He actually did the majority of the background assist on that. I got away with it a little lazy on that, so I was very happy about that.
yeah, no, I know you're busy. Yeah, definitely, man. If you fit me in, I'll just pay you to draw my book whenever you fit me in this year.
That can work.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll finish the book and then we'll launch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's turning out great, man. Cool.
So this is just a rough with like a pencil type thing. This is all digital here. I work both digitally and traditionally, and it's just good for concepts.
You feeling pretty comfortable with digital now? Yeah, you were drawing traditional when you did the concepts and all the work for us, but now you're a full digital.
Not full, but yes, the majority of the published work I'm working on is typically going to be digital, just because the time, resources, and the accessibility.
That looks tight, bro. I like it. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a preference either way. Maybe we'll do a couple of things. Maybe we'll do a couple things traditional, so we have some more original artwork to throw in with it. But
we'll probably do covers and maybe a few pages traditionally. But yeah, for the most part, you probably won't be able to tell when it comes to the actual publication.
Yeah, we'll just get a couple of things for the backers. But your digital artwork looks very good. I say we just you just stick with that, and it's more efficient, huh?
It really is, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like it, man. Yeah, we're all ready to go. Got a colorist and a letterer all ready to go. And so someone's going to make it look hot.
Got some support from older industry pros too, right?
What's that?
You got some support from some older industry pros as well, right?
I mean, as much as I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I have any support from anyone. To tell you the truth, that it's been. But yeah, no. We've got some bonus art that's going in the book as well. I've been talking with some people. We've confirmed someone very talented to do some work for the book, but but we're still just trying to line up the actual commission because they've been very busy. So, you know, it's one of those things where, like, I'd love to talk about it, but you got to have it in hand. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about something and then have, because I know how things work and how things can happen. So, you know, it's obviously something I'm very excited about, but I'm just sitting on this bomb that's, so, you know, there's that. But we've got some bonus art finished up for the bonus art section for the backers. And so there's that new. We've got Direj's last published work, and we're going to do a tribute. It's part of all of that. Direj passed away last year, actually 1 year to yesterday, on the 7th. So on the 7th of June, passed away, complications, COVID-19. He was 50 years old. He was a comic legend. He did Invincible Iron Man for Marvel. He did Conan the Barbarian, and he also made Brian Pulido, a very wealthy man, did the first 14 issues of Lady Death when he acquired the rights to her. And they toured and did conventions together. And so we've got this work that he turned in. He got sick while he was doing the preview pages. And so we got the first 3 pages, and then he became ill. And I said, well, hey, man, take as much time as you want. We'll postpone everything. And unfortunately, he had some complications and had to go to intensive care and didn't make it. So, you know, we lost a comic legend. He was my friend. We became fast friends over the previous year. We were going over the content, we got him prepped, because there's a lot of heroes. You know, you've already been through it, so you know what it's like. There's 8 heroes there, and there's a lot of villains, and there's just a lot of content there. 100 pages. So we're doing the first graphic that's going to be 50 pages, and then we've got a book 2 that's going to be 50 pages to tell the origin arc. And so there's a lot of content to go through. We got him prepped, and he started to work, and unfortunately wasn't able to finish it. He believed in the project, though. He also believed in the dream to make great content and great books. He read all of the scripts. He was behind 100%. We want to build a platform together, work together, and sell projects, sell cool projects, and make cool comic books again. Not something that's attached to any trend or social ideal, or even anything political. It's essentially it's a story that's meant to be a good story universally, and that's what we want to get back to, is just making good content that everybody can enjoy, and something that you can be proud to let your entire family read, regardless of what your political views are or your social views. So I think getting back to that was very important. He believed in it as well. And so we're going to honor him in the book. We're going to do his last published work, and I'm going to get somebody that we both admired to do the work. Like I said, they already agreed. It's someone who's very well known, and I'm hoping that he can make the time. So far, we've had a hard time lining it up, but I'm ready to pay for the commission, and we've already scripted it and gone over it, and he was okay with it. And so hopefully we can make that happen and get the backers something very special, to go along with the package, and then also do something very kind for my friend, and have someone who we both admire do the work, try to honor his career and his last published work. So hopefully we can do that, man. You know, I love the guy. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He deserves my best I can muster. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is. So like on our end of it too, you were talking about playing around with some of the concepts, and so I like the idea of that. This is going to be a lot more freeform than when we did, because you already know the characters. So
right. Yeah, I'm not going to totally recreate anything. I think the characters are solid on their own. I'm just definitely going to improve and not quite what these work, but I'm going to be trying to amp it up as much as I can. And I'm more of a energy kind of guy, so laying things out and trying to keep the story exciting.
Now I like here with Ultra Ghost what you did, because you're doing a concept with him with his sword instead of the gun, right? And then you're drawing, the way you drew his head with the Kevlar hood underneath his hat is how he's supposed to be drawn. it's very easy for someone to look at the concepts and go into like this Batman cowl type of thing. But essentially, you've got this Kevlar hood that he wears over his head with the straps. He's the soldier in the story. So, so it's very tech, and he's wearing Kevlar head to toe, and he's ready for combat, and he's the leader of the group. So, but you get those chin straps that are being shown on the sides of his head there. On this, essentially, it's this hood that he's wearing underneath his that covers his face underneath his hat. And he leaves the chin straps open, and he's got the collar there, the protective collar around his neck, swordsman's collar. That's what I call it. It doesn't even really have a name, I don't think. I mean, I've seen it on armor before, like medieval armor. But you get like this this collar that comes around that's very rigid and meant to protect your neck. You know, you have to protect your neck, right? Fucking Wu-Tang. So yeah, I like it. Well, I'm excited to get started up again.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is rough here, and we'll get refine these. And I don't know if this will be the new piece for him, but we'll see.
I'm really excited to get started back on. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm really excited to get started back up. It's been hard, Joe. You know, in addition to my friend passing away, you know, I tried a couple of other artists, and we had a drawn up contract, and they were unable to make production. So I had two guys that I started to pay and hire, and there was too much time that lapsed from the start. We want to keep a relatively tight production schedule because I don't want to release the book, you know, as it was looking like 3 years before I'd be able to release the book at the time that it took them to start turning in pages. And so, which they were also very talented people, but they violated the contract 4 times over. And so, like, I just said, I'll pay you for what you've done, even though it's unusable, and then we will continue on. So that's what we did there. So that's been hard for a year, prepping 2 more people with this very ambitious project, and then having to start over again. But I appreciate you, Joe, and you're very talented, and I'm happy to have you back on.
Absolutely. Thank you. And yeah, we're going to make something fun.
We are going to print, so I have the money to pay for the book out of pocket, and when we go to crowdfund, the book is going to be done. So it's going to be done or very close to done, but the pencils and inks are going to be completely finished before we even launch it. So we'll have all of the artwork done for the backers is where I want to be.
Yeah.
Hey, Ethan. Hey, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it, man. Stay for a little bit and watch. Joe's a talented artist. He did Mike's book, Thin Blue Line.
Yeah, Thin Blue Line. I think we just put out a notification, so the company that was doing the printing on those, I think they had a yearbook thing that was like ahead of us, and then that paper shortages and like a cascade of bad excuses. But the book is getting set and done, and hopefully we get things shipped out within this next month for everyone that backed on the Blue Line. So yeah,
man. Ethan's asking where all my pals are. I don't know. I haven't been streaming for about 8 months, but it's always been humble over here anyway, Ethan. You know that.
Yeah.
We just do killer content that everybody spites, I guess. We have some cool guests on here, man. I like all the people that come on my show, regardless of views. We always have a good time talking about shit. You know what I mean? And we do good work. We do good work, right? Nobody can argue that. I mean, the YouTube thing doesn't come naturally to me. You know, I'm a word nerd. I think that the scripting is my strength. YouTube is just kind of this thing that I just kind of limp along with, like I just hobbling around decrepitly on a crutch. It's just something that I have to work at, and even then, it's not. I don't think it's anywhere near where I'm supposed to be or where I want to be. But the scripting is.
on you. So yeah.
Scripting has been absolutely perfect so far, and all the content, the artwork's been good, the story's good. We've got a good book. Well, that's cool, man. You've got a supporter here. I think Joe's incredibly talented. He's been talented for many years, but he's gotten 10 times better since I met him. His inks are gorgeous too now. So I remember when you started, we were you did your own inks, but it was uncomfortable for you at the beginning, and I asked you to do it because it was better for the project for you to ink over your own work at the time, because your style is very unique. It's very different than I can't really compare it to anybody's work, but that's what I've always liked about your work. And I think you get it, that we're going to get an exciting comic book. It's going to be fun to look at. I want comic books to be fun. Again, I want them to be exciting. And I don't want them to be full of bullshit. I want them to be something cool to look at. And I want them to be something cool to read. And so that's what we're going to do. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Make American comics great again. That's the message. Yeah. Doesn't even necessarily have anything to do with Donnie. You know what I mean? It's just a cool line, so I stole it.
So right now I do have part of an active Kickstarter campaign. Something with covering here.
Oh, did you say what night for more streams? Yeah, we're going to do a bunch more streams. I'm going to try to get it to work with my schedule. My schedule is not fucking hot right now. So, yeah, my schedule's not too fucking hot with the work and family and everything. It's been hard to. This time off has been good. I call it time off. It's just I've been really busy with work. So, but we'll make it work with our schedules. What do you got there? Oh, that's entropy, extropy.
Yeah, I think I'm not crap, so I might have to invest in that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's the campaign that's live right now. Hold on a second. Let me go on Kickstarter because I backed that project too. I thought it looked really good for a legit sci-fi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
love sci-fi, so
booky,
obviously.
Trying to get a little deeper with some cool themes and things like that.
Yeah. I'm searching it up right now, Joe. I'll post it up at the end of the video. I don't have a lot more time, but I'm going to make sure we show this before we call it. Let's see, 26 days to go. Hey, all right. Yeah, let me come in and share my screen here so that people can see this project. I suggest everybody back it. Joe's never been better. His artwork right now in his career has never been better. And so this is the project here. They got $2,123 of their 1,800 goals, so they are fully funded. This book is already finished. They've already printed a prototype. And so you can go over, this is on Kickstarter. The people who were the owners of the project launched here. They intelligently hired Joe Arnold to do all the artwork. You did the inks for this project too, right, Joe?
Yeah, we're actually partners.
Oh, you guys are partners on this. Okay, so you got some stake in it. Well, good. It's a handsome sci-fi. It looks good, man. I think it's smart. I think these guys are really into science fiction as well as incorporating some theoretic science into it.
So both of the other creators are rappers, and one of them does have a PhD in physics.
Well, I gotta say that artwork is great, man. Yeah, check that out.
And I'm working on book 2 for that one already, and we're trying to get things working with that. So,
bro, that's fucking cool. Look at that.
That one, the potential is amazing. The story is just really awesome. It's universal. It's with some multi-dimension type things, which I know that's what everybody's doing now. But the project's come a long ways, and really proud and excited about them too.
You got stickers, bookmarks, posters, mouse pads, and trading cards. Look at that.
Yeah,
so when you hit those goals. Yeah. No, I mean, they're stretch goals, so if people want it, then they can back it and get those, get some more of your artwork. I suggest they do it because I think you've never been better in your career, Joe. I say that in all honesty. I've seen your recent artwork too, so I'm very proud of you, man. I know you work hard. That's why I love you, man. Because I work hard. I like to work hard too, and I know that you've been working hard, so I appreciate you. And my colorist is going to make your artwork look sexy. Promise you. Yeah, I promise you. I think he's going to be a good mix with your style too. I think it's going to be a beautiful book for backers. Hayvard Saint 8, Federal Offensive Responders. We would like to have. Hey, when we spoke earlier, you said timetable. What are you thinking? Do you think fall?
I'm thinking fall, at least within this year. Yeah. I'm working full time, as we mentioned, police officer, but also pretty much all the family time at home in between our events and getting through the regular things. Out a few books this year, and I'm able to crank through some pages quite a bit. So that's pretty much the priority, is to do as much and create as much as I can. So.
Oh, stiff. I don't recover as fast as I used to, Joe. Get stiffened up, the ibuprofen. I try to get loosened up.
Yep.
Christ almighty. Yeah, I was gonna say on your project. Oh, what was it I was gonna say about it? Oh, you were saying fall now, just to clear things up for anybody who catches the stream. You mean fall, all pencils and inks will be done?
It's a big book. I'm gonna try, yes.
Okay, so that's a ballpark though, but
it'd be much easier, but yeah.
But I know you, and I know you work hard, and if you say something, you're gonna do it. So if it isn't, it's gonna be close. So, and I'm gonna have I'll have our colorist working in tandem with you, so as pages are getting approved, and it's not going to be hard to get them approved. I mean, your artwork's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. That's going to be nice. And so, and we talked about it too when we spoke on the phone about I want to do this project, and I have a lot of love for it, but I just want to turn you loose. You know what I want to do. You know, we want to make just a cool book, and I want people to see what you can do and just show people what you got. And so I'm going to be pretty loose as far as approving pages. So, these edits aren't going to be heavy. We're going to get full, unadulterated Joe Arnold on all of this, so which should not be a problem. That looks fantastic.
I guess I'm just blessed. A lot of writers typically just say what they think out, and I'm definitely bragging. A lot of times they'll say it's pretty much what they were imagining. So I do all right.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to think. I think I want to get back to, what we mentioned about just making a cool book. It's very easy, like I said, when you get into it, that you can get, with the internet, there's just so much going on that it's very easy to, if you don't take unplugged time, to just get caught up in all the internet goings-ons. It's what it is. Like, you can lose touch with reality. I'm a very strong-willed person, but even I need breaks sometimes, and I just had a lot of stuff going on. So it took some time, and it's been really good for me. Like, I'm 110% better than I've ever been. So, I mean, I was going hard for like 10 years after I published my first work. I published my novel. We did a bunch of preview work. I did all of the college events for Job Corps. We're a registered vendor there. We did a bunch of events for them, for creative events, and did a creative writing workshop, and gave away a lot of stuff to youngsters who are into the hero genre. These are non-traditional heroes, so we're not doing superhero per se. It's more or less a post-apocalyptic book. And so these heroes are just post-apocalyptic heroes. It emulates superhero because they have superpowers, but it's explained in the book as divinity. They're chosen by the guardian hall and by guardian angels to protect us. And they see something in these heroes, the spirit of heroism. That's what we want to show when we do this book, is we want to show a cool book, but we want to celebrate the notion of heroism again. what true heroism is. And so we want to redefine it too. We want to do it in a different and a cool way, and try to make it something that you've never seen before. So that's what the story and the heroes are supposed to be.
We'll keep working.
Because I have a lot of passion for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a lot of passion for this. I got into it because I love this shit. So that's what I want to get back to, and just doing something great. So we're just going to do the book out of pocket. We're going to guarantee going to print, and then we'll let people decide when they get their copy. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
But my heart's into it, and it's going to look damn good. So. As you can see. Yep. I'm just keeping an eye on the time here. I'm getting pretty close.
Yeah, I got it.
Probably have a few more minutes.
No, I gotta get on. Sounds like the dog's awake and the wife's awake, so gotta manage things. So, about to head up. So.
Yeah, you're gonna call it?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I got to do the same. I have to head out. I probably have about 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so, yep. Yeah, my family's actually coming in right now. So yeah, we'll call it. We'll leave it on this last image. Joe Arnold announcement today, I guess.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we were going to do that, but I guess announcement today. Joe Arnold's going to be drawing Hayvard Saint 8, and our production schedule is going to be fall. We want to have all the pencils and inks done by fall, and hopefully launch by the end of the year or sooner. It depends on how things go with the colors and everything. So.
Yep.
Oh, little guy's coming in. Time for his nap. Nice.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. All right. So end on a good note with a baby crying is the way you do it every time. And so yeah, we'll be doing some more lives. So stay tuned. No, it's not. I didn't do it yet. I didn't end it. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, you get the. I didn't know we were throwing gang signs, Joe.
Hurting me.
I didn't know this is a family channel, Joe.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Peace. Always peace.
We're back. Ready for round 2.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll catch you next time, all right? Stay tuned for more content. The next one we're working on